Oh yeah, we gotta take us off. See, like I can't even go full fucking screen. I can't even click the full fucking screen thing. Everything's just tweaking.
Shit, man.
That's you guys. You guys are the some guests or something.
I'm honored.
Very nice. Oh, he looks high. Where's his blunt? Oh, I see it now.
So I'm trying to pause it, and I know I can. It won't let me fuck it. Fuck it. So this is WeinerCast. This is what I do once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes not even a week. Like holiday time, everyone's busy. This is what we do. Like we just hang out, we have a good time. I drink shitty beer and get high. So whatever you guys do, I hope everyone has a drink and a snack.
I have pizza. I was craving Little Caesars earlier because I'm a slut for them. So,
dude, Little Caesars is great. Dude. I have one. Like I could ride my bike to the one on 2nd Street in Harlem.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that shit fucking slaps every time. Like I almost kind of just like prefer it over like whatever like the good pizza places are. It's like whatever, give me that $5 good shit.
And then you say it to somebody, and they're like, "Oh no."
Like,
You're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, have you tried it with the garlic butter though?
Oh my god! I just ate a whole ass bag of fucking crazy bread with fucking garlic butter.
That garlic butter slaps.
It's so good. It has no right being that good.
Yeah.
I used to date a gal that worked at Papa John's, and she'd always hook it up with free pizza, and their garlic butter slaps too.
Hell
so,
yeah. That's good.
So I used to be on this fucking show called The Wrestling Show. Have you heard of it? It's on YouTube.
Not me.
Yeah, I heard of it. I heard a little bit about it.
It was a great time, dude. Like before I even joined the wrestling show, I used to hang out with my buddy Wyatt, filming FML skits for Notebook Entertainment, great. Dude. You guys know, I know you guys know why. That's how I know you. Kayla, right. we met at YouTube Mania, and kind of, because you were the ref.
Oh yeah. I
we had,
moved the ring and all that, and they decided to make me a last-minute referee.
Oh wow!
And not put me in the show at all, but they were in it twice. Yeah, didn't get paid to move the ring. Didn't nothing.
We'll get to that later. But I'm just saying, I know Alex through Wyatt and Notebook, and Kayla, you just always used to just constantly pop up on my people you should know, and I'm like, well, I don't know her. Well, I don't know. You'd always just pop up on that random shit.
Suggested friends or whatever.
Yeah. And pirate English says mateys, you should scour or some shit like that. No, but so he's all like, why would I be like, yeah, my buddy does a wrestling show. It's fucking cool. You should check it out. And I'm all like, all right, then throughout more FML skits, I meet Matt the Jedi Jones and Caitlin the Empire Jones. And I'm all like, these guys seem like, all right, I invited them over for a WeinerCast. To find out more about the wrestling show, and then get my character. We were gonna do a whole work about getting my character involved. So after the interview, I'm gonna talk shit about wrestling. This it happened. This is a real interview. It happened. It's aired. It's on YouTube. It used to be on Twitch. Twitch deletes your videos after 2 weeks. There's probably a version of it on my Facebook somewhere. But so we did it Matt suggested this great idea, like this fantastic idea. He's all like, so I want you on the wrestling show. So let's say like towards the end of the interview, you're gonna talk shit about wrestling. And I'm gonna get pissed off and I'm gonna punch you. And I'm all like, yeah, dude, that sounds awesome, dude. Like, so we did it, and it was great, you know. And then the next day, I do a whole fucking work where I got like frozen peas on my face. And I'm all like, fuck Matt Jones, dude. I'm gonna kick your ass, dude. Like, you're a piece, you know, like it was all fucking fantastic. You know, I sent it to him. He's all like, dude, that's hilarious, dude. The peas on the face and everything, dude. All that shit was fantastic. So like I enjoyed the wrestling show. And it's, you know, it's whatever, dude. Like me and Wyatt did a tag team match against Kate and Matt. You know, like my character was a character that was written to be like destined to lose, and I was all for it. You know, I was all like, yeah, dude, like I'm, you know, like I don't have a lot of time to film with you guys anyways, dude. My character just pops in, fucking talks a bunch of shit and loses, dude. Like that's a great character. That's fucking hilarious. And I always had a lot of fun doing it. And then all the friends that got me involved doing it were starting to leave. And were telling me reasons why they were leaving. And I'm all like, well, it's not going to be as fun with you guys in it anymore. You know, you're the reason
it's
I joined.
really not. They had such a great crew. Like, everybody was so amazing. And I loved wrestling with them and learning from Jay and Josh. And just like, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't listen to nothing. They don't want to try to train. I don't understand it. They let this group go. It could have really been something.
Yeah.
For what?
Like, I mean, for not taking accountability, really. I mean, that's just how, you know, that's how I see it. But
all these people gave them their all. Like, they gave their everything. They weren't being paid. They were coming up with great ideas, putting their bodies on the line for people that don't even know how to wrestle and how to actually. This is the crazy thing,
because at first I never knew that this was their fucking job. Like, this is like,
really?
I never knew this was like, this is what they do for income. So then to have us come in, we're basically employees. Well, to have or at least not employees, but subcontractors. Mm-hmm. We're coming in, like. If I known it was their job, dude, I would be like, dude, I need at least like some sort of money for like whatever. And when I found out, you know, I'd never stepped up and been like, dude, like, why aren't we getting paid? But like, that's never been a real big issue, especially for me, because I work on Saturdays, they film on Saturdays. Like, I never had time to be on the show anyway. So, like, it wasn't a big concern for me, but I was going to try to look out for the other people that are there constantly that could get hurt or fucking whatever. There's no sort of, like, there's no insurance. There's nothing, you know? Like, if you get hurt on the wrestling show, dude, that's coming out of your pocket.
Yep. That's true. Yeah, no, you're right. People are putting their bodies on the line. You know, they're not signing anything. There are no contracts. There are no release forms. You know, it's all verbal consent. So, you know, I mean, if anything happens, well, you know, you're kind of fucked in black term, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's all a choice we made to do. And Absolutely. It happened, of course.
Exactly. But we're all consenting adults.
Where's the respect in it, though? Like, how are you going to go put down all these indie wrestlers and these professional wrestlers like The Undertaker? Like, come on. If anybody watched any sort of wrestling, we know who the fuck The Undertaker is. Yeah. And she just shits on all of it. Like, you wouldn't have any sort of, one of my friends said this too. You wouldn't have no platform to wrestle. You wouldn't have like any of this if it wasn't for them.
Oh, yeah.
You should have some sort of respect for these people. And not only the professional wrestlers, any of them on the show. Dude, any of them. Like, I don't, even Matt's best friend, JB, I don't see any sort of respect. Have you seen JB with a belt?
No.
I saw him doing a damn match and about broke his fucking friend's back, though.
What's really fucked up is JB pays for these belts out of pocket.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
JB
does.
knows the person who designs and makes these belts. JB pays for them. Matt's never.
The belt I lost,
I know.
paid for.
I know this specifically because I am good friends with one of JB's best friends. Like I'm good. I used to work with him. I can't say we're good friends, but like we talk about this shit. And he's like, dude, JB bitches to me constantly about how Matt's never paid him a dime for these fucking belts. And then Nate the Great will fucking take him on fucking vacations and shit. Not even know, like, if they get stolen and shit, dude, that's money out of his pocket or whatever, you know, like.
Wow.
I could have not returned the belt. Freaking, like, I had the belt. Kate went and added my wife on Facebook. And then the next thing you know, they're posting pictures of a kid that I adopted that I had a real bad fallout with. They're posting pictures of her on there. So I was like, look, if that's going to happen and you're going to go and be that fucking dirty with everything I've done on the show, then you can have your belt. Wish you luck with the show. I tried to leave, respectfully. No, next thing you know, she's on there talking about I'm jealous of her that she won the Galactic Championship and I had to just give her the internet championship because I was just so scared and so jealous. Like, you really just tried to make me look like a fool after I just fucking did everything. I did so much for the show. I cried giving that belt back. 4.5 fucking years. And I finally get a belt and I gave it up. Like, what?
I don't understand. I think the thing that really gets me with a lot of this is like, this is fiction. These are storylines.
Yeah.
This is stunts. This is choreography. And to be fair, like wrestling, it's still no joke. I mean, like you gotta put your body into it and you gotta be very careful. And of course, again, it's stunts. This is very hard work. Absolutely. But at the end of the day,
dude, it's silly.
Exactly. It's a scripted storyline with choreography and stunts.
It really sucks.
Exactly. And the fact that they're, that they're like churching up these storylines, and they're believing them. Like it's just, to me, like it's even past the point of a joke or just like, it's not, they're past the point of it.
They don't know if they're in character.
Oh, dude, I wish
they don't know if they're in character.
I wish I would have rewatched. I wish I would have rewatched my interview with Matt, Kate, and Aiden. Like it took place in this fucking room. Like they all it took all like we all fucking squeezed in here, and fucking But literally, I even mentioned in the interview where I'm like, is there a difference between like Matt Jones the character and Matt Jones in real life? And
there is,
because he was it seemed like he was like fluctuating like between in and out of character while he was here.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'd be asking all like about his influences, whatever. Then he talked about how he got fucking Mick Foley to come on the wrestling show once. But then later on, I found out like Mick Foley will basically do anything for like $20.
I'm sorry.
Now, was that actually Mick Foley came on the show, or was it him dressed on the fucking phone? Because I know they done that. I seen the whole dude love Mick Foley Cactus Jack switch up on the phone, and it was all Matt.
Oh my god, baby.
I fucking can't, y'all. Jesus. Yeah, you're right, Kayla. Like, is there a difference between the character and the actual person at this point? Because that's just not only is that it's just bizarre. Like that's like the only word that comes to my brain is like that's bizarre. It's almost kind of like method acting, if you will. I kind of feel like he's kind of flirting with that, where it's like, oh, I got to be this person all the time in order to like really get into character. But he completely lost himself. In my opinion, he seemed to have lost himself a little bit too much into that, and I I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but
I don't know much about Matt. I know he's like, when we were wrestling, he was really hard to figure out the moves with. Like, he would always think he was right.
yeah.
And then me and Kate would go figure it out and nail it and nail it and nail it. And Kate never watched wrestling or anything like that before. And she was a complete different person in the beginning.
Yes.
Like, sweet, innocent, just not the monster that she is today. Like, I really want to knock that fucking ego out of her. Just might have to.
Kate was, no, you're absolutely right. Like, Kate, she was great. Like, I remember when I first met, Matt and Kate, and they were just wonderful people.
They really were. I don't know what the fuck happened.
They were great people. I loved hanging out with them. I messaged them regularly. I, hung out with them, like just hung out, not did any wrestling show stuff. Like, we were really good friends. And I've even like babysat their kids, I was really close to that family. I was stupid close to that family, and I cared about all of them very, very much.
So you have a lot higher investment into than what's going on, dude. So oh my god,
those kids. I'm gonna try really hard not to get emotional about it. Those kids are wonderful kids. And they're so sweet, and they're funny, and they're a great group of kids. And I do have to say I miss that part probably the most, because I felt like, in a sense, since I had grown so close with the Jones family, that I kind of felt like
they were family almost,
like a little bit of maternal instinct, I guess you could probably call it, where I felt close, and I wanted to be there for those kids, and I would talk with Aiden, and I would I kind of felt like I had to look out for them, for a second, because I really cared about that family. And well, we all know how that turned out. So,
oh, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Speaking of like family, so there were some things like when they started a group chat, and you were already done with the wrestling show by the time they started this group chat. But me and Kayla
they took
were
me right on out of there. Told me I could come back anytime, supposedly, and then
me and Kayla were in there. Yeah. And there was always all sorts of spew of it was like almost like cultish like language about like, oh, we're like such a family and blah, like all sorts of this weird shit. And then I every time that type of shit was being said in the group chat, dude, I would just like I'm setting my phone down. I'm
getting a little Jim Jonesy,
Yeah, and like anytime some sort of language is being said like that in any sort of group setting, like unless it's like the person just never had like a lot of friends or whatever, and he's all like, dude, you guys like or their family treat them like shit, like you guys are the closest thing to family I got, like something like that. It's different, but like
I know that's how he felt, and with everything I'm sure that he's been through,
maybe, but.
Which then one
there was just some sideways shit that just happened like yesterday that I was all like, dude, like, why is all this drama happening about a fucking YouTube wrestling show where I'm sitting here like, who can I fucking trust?
Like, you can't trust any of them. They're all talking shit to all of them. Like, and it sucks. I feel like I left the show and it just crumbled, and that was not my intent. But you know what? People's true colors definitely come out.
Dude, I was looking forward to wrestling the shit out of you. I was all like, I'm going to beat your fucking ass. But
there's so many people that wanted to wrestle me, and I'm so thankful, and I loved it. I love it. I can't wait to get back in the ring, and I will.
Oh, yeah.
I
wrestled you. I can't remember what
in my house we did like a gauntlet match.
Yeah, it was a gauntlet match, and I remember wrestling you. It was awesome. Like, I loved wrestling.
Great. I loved it.
Yeah, like you were great to work with, and you are great to work with, And I even remember too, like I remember how like strong you were, and I was just like, holy shit.
She said
like,
she could lift Nate. She said she could lift fucking Nate. And I was like, no fucking way, dude.
So, like,
well, I mean, I would try, damn it.
I just remember that though, like because I know like you're, you appear, smaller and like, a little more petite, but like, girl, like wrestle her and she will fucking prove you wrong. Like she, you're super strong. So, it was so much fun, and it was really great to work with you, and I, I had a lot of fun. It's just sad,
Maybe we get to work with each other again in the future in an FML or something. I'm sure you're still doing those, right?
Work through the grapevine. This is why Mike got kicked out of the wrestling show, because he either had a dream or a memory of you, Kayla, telling him that you had receipts for proving that you paid for the new ring that the wrestling show has.
Right.
Well, and this is where.
Hold on. Let me finish. I'll let you. Let me finish real quick. So like, he brought it up to Jay. He said, I either have a dream or some sort of memory or whatever of Kayla telling me this, whatever. And so then Jay brought it up to JB, who brought it's like a chain of command. Jay brought it up to JB, who then brought it up to Matt. It's like
and you have to imagine how muddled it probably got too.
Playing telephone. Yeah,
exactly, playing telephone. So it's like,
Jay telling it to JB. Like I can imagine Jay saying it exactly right, because he's like super articulate and like really well spoken individual. So like I can imagine someone relaying a message to him, he would relay it back as it was delivered.
Sure.
Probably even better. So that he gave it to JB, and JB fucking probably ghettoed it down a little bit. If I could, like, Kayla's demanding her fucking money back from the receipts or whatever, or whatever dumb shit. And
Kayla was pissed the fuck off because they told me I disrespected them and the belt, and I don't see how the fuck I did that. And then told me I couldn't go in the ring and train their wrestler, fucking Nate. He asked me to freaking help him. We were working on a championship match. We were going to do some big things in that match. It was going to be great. Fucking, they told me I was allowed in the ring anymore. So I was like, what the fuck you mean I'm not allowed in the ring anymore? Isn't that why you wasn't paying me? Is so you could get the wrestling show on the road? Like, wasn't that the fucking point? No, yep. I didn't fucking pay no freaking receipts or whatever the fuck, or get receipts for a ring or no. But damn it, I feel like I paid for the sum of that ring, every one of us. Like,
in some aspect, whether it's financially, emotionally, but yeah. Right. Yeah, I understand.
Really big slap in the face, because I can't name or see anything I did to them people, but help them out. So...
yeah.
And for her to come on Facebook and think that I wasn't going to go break her fucking teeth down her throat after calling me out, making me look like a fool all over the internet, like, you got me fucked up. You really do.
Yeah, it's not, not a vibe.
Just saying, Kate, like, you really got me fucked up.
No, it's just, just the way, I don't know, like, the reactions of this whole thing, really. The reactions.
The reactions is so sick. I don't know is she on some drugs? Like, what is going on? Why is your ego so fucking big where you think you got to shit on everybody?
An anonymous tip sent me this fucking video. We're just looking at her eyes, dude. It kind of looks like she's kind of strung out. Hold on. Where'd it go?
Oh yeah, this is the video we weren't supposed to get, huh?
Oh, they deleted it. Yeah. They posted it and deleted it, and then someone saved it and sent it to me. Just look at her face.
Shit up! I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
There we go.
People take it too literally and don't understand that there's personal lives at stake, at play here. You know, that's where I'm at with it, and I feel like we could all just have fun and support one another and be positive in this wrestling situation. But there's entities that don't feel the same way for themselves.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
She looks so freaked out.
Wrestling show, in my opinion, is a place where people can come, enjoy themselves, have a good time, fight. You know, me personally, like when I started wrestling, literally changed my life, changed my whole like mental state. I'm much happier because of it. I like to do it. Aiden likes to do it. I feel like a lot of people who come on the show find the same enjoyment in it that I do. People who don't like it, obviously, we don't force anybody to come on to the show.
That's
Anybody
true.
who wants to be a part of the show is a part of the show.
You can come and go when you please. They don't make you drink any Kool-Aid.
No, I've never wanted.
You made me drink Kool-Aid, bro.
With us and what happens with other people in between everything that we put together, and I really, really tried for that not to be a problem. Like I knew that Alex stopped working on the show. I knew Alex didn't want to work with me or Matthew anymore. She took a big stance against me, even more so than Matthew at certain times in this. And then like I didn't talk shit about Alex.
Matt Jones told me he used to fucking slam energy drinks.
She has talked and been very negative about
like the
me.
fucking tall fucking boys.
I honestly don't. I don't fucking get it. What
Shit's nasty.
Attacking out of nowhere is how I felt.
Oh, she's talking negatively. I don't get it.
Oh wait, this is where they come with Nate here soon.
Like these
Just so vicious.
people that we're coming in contact with are doing things that are like actually hurtful, and I've never wanted to be like, well, if you hang out with that person, we can't be around you. But like things have taken a very odd turn, which has made that be the
That's
case.
what y'all were doing.
Like,
I was just about to say.
That's what y'all were doing.
It was your reaction that caused all of this. Like,
you know,
They had a hell of a show going before they started their bullshit.
Seeing somebody go to such great lengths.
Trying to pause it. I can't.
Down the wrestling show, something that we personally worked really, really hard on. Not only something that pays our bills. You know what I mean? She went out there to attack something that is much more than just like a fucking wrestling show. And then to screenshot pictures of me and my kid is so funny.
Dude, they fixed their kitchen up, dude.
Like Nate,
That shit looks nice.
How he didn't know not to tell us that, and the fact that he doesn't understand that.
They just moved into this house, dude, and this kitchen looked like ass, dude, and it looks nice now, dude.
All that money they're making. Ass cheeks on a 12-year-old makes a lot of money. And I don't want to ever attack somebody and their kids. I really, really don't. That is not me ever. Did you not expect somebody to fucking say something eventually?
Well, and what she's saying too is, they're coming after me. Like she's victimizing herself so much to a point where she's totally blind to how fucked up it actually is. You have an 18+ Patreon page, and there's content of your child on it. Doesn't matter if it's pornographic, doesn't matter what it is. The fact that you labeled your channel 18+ and you still have content where your child is involved in this, in these videos, how are you not? I don't understand. Like she's victimizing herself so much to a point where it's like she's really truly believing the lies, and that's stupid, unhealthy. And I don't know what else is going on with her, but that she needs to understand that how do you not understand that that's wrong and fucked up? It's mind-blowing to me.
I don't know. Mixing it up between the wrestling show and your porn stuff that you do, which nobody, you do what you do. Your husband and wife, you do what the fuck you do.
There's nothing wrong.
Great.
Right. There's nothing wrong with pornography at all. But like
having those fans intertwined like that, and you really thought that was okay?
Right. And the fact that I was anonymously told by someone that there was when they were going through like their Patreon page, there were, you know, comments from people, very alarming comments in regards to Kate and Aiden, and people requesting certain things. And again, I don't know what it was, but they were going through, and apparently they were reacting to the comments and they were liking the comments.
It was probably just certain things that are like in popular searches that are on adult video sites as well, like certain
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Which-
But the fact is that they're talking about their kid.
Yeah, but when it's real people,
Right.
that's fucked up.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. It's just
when they're telling you that they want to see your son with a shirt off, there's a fucking problem.
With
Like,
your mother who's half naked wrestling, get the fuck out of here. Like, how do you not see?
and I love the fact of how much Aiden wants to wrestle. Like, he's gonna be amazing. He really is.
Sure.
He's a great kid. He's gonna be a star. He's gonna be amazing.
All about that life.
What
All
are
about
you
that life.
doing, Kate? Like,
Well, and not only, I mean, and Aiden, you know, it's kind of
one of the last shootings I did, like when I fought against Nate, like there was this some behind the scenes chatter where fucking Aiden is basically like embarrassed right now of being on the show. Like was he's like in junior high at this point, dude. Like and like
it's not hitting him yet, but it will.
and like he's all like at first he was probably all like telling all his friends, watch the show, it's cool, like I'm wrestling, it's fucking awesome. And now he's in junior high, dude. Hormones are hitting. Fuck, it's probably really weird. And his friends are all like, dude, it's fucking weird that you're wrestling your mom and she's naked.
Well, and his friends,
okay, like
right, and his friends are, you know, probably seeing his mom on porn sites. It might be a possibility, you know. So I'm not,
or at least OF
happening. I'm not saying that's what they're seeing. It's just, it's very possible that is
at least whatever's going on OF or like whatever. Yeah,
yeah. And the thing too, again, it's great. It's great that Aiden wants to wrestle and that he really did enjoy it.
He's
Like,
really strong and he's great. Like,
right now he's
I
like
don't see
one
why
of the
she
top
didn't put on some leggings or something. Like,
dude, he's a top athlete in school right now, dude. He's crushing it, dude. Like, yeah,
and that's great. That's great. Yeah. But the thing is though, in like a school environment, things are signed. Consent is given.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like outside of the wrestling show, he's gonna be fine. Like he's
of course, but like the fact that Matt and Kate are like, stop talking shit about my kids. Like, no, I'm not talking shit about them. I am concerned. You are putting him on the show, and yes, you know, you say you're professional wrestlers and you know what you're doing, and we have fun, and Aiden likes to do it. But bottom line, he's not in a contract. He's not signing anything. You know, he legally cannot consent to doing things like that. He legally cannot. So regardless of if he wants to do it or not, like that's the problem. So if he gets hurt or if something happens, you know, you're kind of SOL. You know what I'm saying? It's just really concerning to me, I guess.
You think Matt Jones is the type of individual to use manipulative tactics to exploit his family for financial gain?
Matt Jones don't give a fuck about anything but himself and doing exactly what you just said.
I've definitely seen a lot of selfish tendencies with Matt and Kate.
There's been times where we're all hanging out like after like an FML or fucking whatever, and we're all just like throwing ideas out there. And there's this weird look he has on his face. If you throw out an idea that everybody loves that just like doesn't fit his itinerary for what he had planned or like whatever for the fucking show, whatever, he just like, he kind of looks like that fucking emoji with like the,
or he'll make that face, tell you why it's a bad idea, and then he'll use your idea a week or two later.
Oh, and then claim it as his own, probably.
Yep, and claim it as their own.
Yeah.
So
damn, that's like some CEO type shit.
And I don't know. I've heard it from a lot of people. They shot out good ideas, and next thing you know, they switch it.
When the subordinate comes in with this genius idea, and the CEO shuts it down just to, or the top manager or whatever shuts it down just to fucking submit it to the fucking CEO as his own idea, whatever dumb shit. Like, yeah, that's that type of weird shit, dude. Even though you're the CEO, dude, whatever, you call the shots, dude. Like we're willing to do whatever. We just want to wrestle and be silly and have fun, dude. Like it doesn't matter what the storyline is. To me, it didn't matter what the storyline was. Like I just wanted to fucking have fun, wrestle and just talk shit to everybody. Like that's all I wanted to do.
That was why I was there. Yeah. That's it's. I did not realize that it was going to basically bottleneck into what it is now. It's bizarre and frankly a little scary and dangerous.
I really thought I could leave the show respectfully and not be fucking shit talked about.
Oh, dude, like when our other buddy started just beefing with him or whatever, and I was all like, you know what, I'll probably just ride out the season and then just call it quits or whatever. But then all this shit happened, and I'm all like, well, dude, whatever. I was gonna quit anyway, so
yeah, like not worth it. Bye. Yeah, and I think that's kind of how a couple of people felt, you know, like especially after I had, you know, done what I had done, posted what I posted, and I think a lot of people like after that started being like, oof, you know, like, never mind. Thought we were all having fun here. But it's very clear that it turned into something else. So.
Oh no, guys.
I do have like a story timeline that like I completely wrote out. If you guys don't mind if I just read that, just because that's really mostly of what, you know, I'm here to just kind of clear. And I even like I went back through like the messages, and I made sure, you know, that I was getting like my events right and making sure that, you know, I mean, not necessarily telling wrong information, good or bad. So if that's okay, can I read that for you guys?
Yours.
Okay. Hold on. My ass is falling asleep. Oh, I'm on the floor. Okay. Here we go. So like I said, I wrote it like in just like a timeline, like in an actual like story. So here we go. I quit the wrestling show in November of 2020. Here I am clarifying what happened to me during the time I started the show in June of 2019.
That's like way before I even started. Hell yeah. Sorry.
For a few months, things were kept light and fun. My character, Bonesaw Bex, was created, and the audience for the show seemed to really like me and like my work. I felt good during that time. I felt listened to, appreciated, and loved. I grew very close to the Jones family and was fully invested in helping achieve their dreams of having a fun wrestling show. And that, like I said, you know, that is 100% the truth. Like I don't regret my time on the wrestling show at all. I really did enjoy being with the family, and I enjoyed what I did. You know, I mean, this was a great side hustle, if you will. I wasn't getting paid. Again, I just like to act and do stupid shit. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's,
you know, that's yeah. I love B horror movies. I love full moon features, and that's full of tons of stupid shit like that. That's like my dream. That's what I want to do. You know,
I got to appreciate you for being an actress on my very first FML that I wrote and directed. So like that was great.
Oh, cool. Which one was that?
It was the one with where you met Britt and my buddy Andrew was what was the premise?
Oh, Andrew Nye. Yes, yeah. Because I went to school with Andrew Nye.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen him in forever, and I remember that scene where I was straddling him, and I was like, "Hi, I haven't talked to you in 10 years. Now I'm on top of you." You know? It was hilarious, but it was really good to see him, and that was a blast. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was all like, he's like, yeah, I'll do that again anytime.
Lasted and you know, notebook under, you know, it's yeah, it's always a good time. Okay, let me all right. Here we go. A few months later, people on Patreon started requesting paid private videos of me wrestling Kate or whatever they requested. There was one video that was requested. Matt told me there was a request to, you know, come over to where they wanted to film and we could discuss it. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. He didn't tell me anything else. And I do remember the conversation. And he did not tell me the nature of the video. I just kind of thought it was, you know, like a private match or something, you know, no big deal because I had trusted them at that point. So when I arrived, I thought I was gonna, you know, film a regular show, regular match, nothing too special. I was caught off guard when Matt suggested that this requested video required me to defeat Kate and spank her with a leather strap. I felt like since I was already there and this person already paid for this video up front, this, you know, this was clearly a kink inspired video, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wasn't comfortable doing that personally. But at the time, I felt like I had developed a really good working relationship with Matt and Kate. And since this person had already paid for the video, I kind of felt like I was in a situation where I felt like if I would have said no, you know, there would have been some tension. And unfortunately, you know, a fault of mine is I am a bit of a people pleaser. I do tend to deconstruct my own boundaries to please other people. And it's something that I've been working on for a long time, something that I try really hard to create boundaries. That's going to be kind of a work in progress probably for the rest of my life, because it's a really rough thing, like really rough trait that I deal with.
Oh man, you got to become best friends with Britt then, because she's in the same boat where and she'll go like out of her way to do like extravagant things for some shit that like ends up not even being that big of a deal. So like you guys got to become some sort of best friends and work on some.
I love Brittany. I love her so
You gotta work. You guys.
Honestly, I love her. Okay, I seriously though, for real. Okay, so at the time I felt like, okay, I had developed a good working relationship, and since the person already paid, I just kind of caved in. I was like, all right, like no big deal, you know, and I was getting paid for it, you know, and I had consented and I chose to do it. So I want to clear that out of, you know, I want to put that out there too. So, you know, I chalked it up to, well, I'm just helping develop the show, you know, and that's that. And we're just going to do it. So the video was definitely, in my personal opinion, flirting with softcore porn. And again, you know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing pornography, softcore, hardcore. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh no.
I just wasn't comfortable, and
Yeah.
I kind of felt a little pressured into it, just a little bit. But I'd like to reiterate that I did consent to doing it, and you know, I did get paid a little bit of money to do it. But I did just want to put that out there that was an interesting experience. So they didn't tell me until I got there.
That's what's really whack about it, you know, like just like yeah, I don't know.
And you know, and the thing is too, you know, it's again, you know, I want it to be my choice if I'm going to do porn. You know, like I want it to be my choice. I want to say, no, I'd love to do pornography, you know, like
yeah, absolutely.
I want to be able to say, like, these are my choices and I'm setting my own boundaries by doing these things, but felt like my boundaries were a little fucked with, you know, but again, you know, I forgive myself for that, and I move on. It's fine. Somebody has a paid video of me spanking Kate with a leather belt. Cool. Put it all over the internet. Don't give a shit. Really don't, you know, at this point. but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to piss him off, you know, because I had, like I said, I felt like I had established a good relationship with them, and
Yeah.
didn't I didn't want to fuck with it. I just didn't.
Yeah.
So, but there was something that was that was the first experience where I did feel that something was a little off when they didn't tell me the nature of the video until I got there. That's a big red flag, and I did not realize how much of a big red flag it was until recently.
I hope you
You've
don't
done that
mind
to
at the
me a few
45-minute mark of WeinerCast is where I start getting naked. No, never mind. I'm just kidding.
It's your fucking show, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So let's see here. Okay. I ignored all of it because I was having fun. And you know, to be fair, I was being paid attention to. People were noticing me, you know, and I felt like I was being valued, you know, like I felt really part of a team. And like, you know, Alex, like you have fans, look at all these people who want to, you know, request videos of you, and a lot of people who think you're pretty. And
that's the thing. Like,
Mhm.
I was maybe on a total of maybe like 5 to 7 episodes of a wrestling show, and like every time I'd be there for a filming, they'd always say something like, "Oh, you're the fan favorite." And I'm like, "How?"
They told me that too. Like all the time. They would gas me up all the time. And I cannot believe that I fell for it. I really did, you know, and you know, during that time, you know, I was struggling with some like substance dependence, and I was struggling with like I didn't like my job very well. I was, you know, living with my ex-partner now. And I mean, I was happy with them, but I wasn't like totally happy. So like I kept getting a lot of feelings coming up there. So it was just a lot of essentially a lot of stuff that I wasn't coping with very well. So I think that also kind of attributed to a lot of my boundaries basically getting smashed. You know, it's just I sort of cave in, you know, because like, well, I just, you know, kind of I have all this different, you know, all these different problems and I'm not coping. So I just kind of let it go because I just didn't want to put any more energy into it. All right. Okay. So I do this next part gets a little heavy. So just pre-warning you.
All right. We're ready. I'm ready. I don't know if Kayla's ready.
I'm sure Kayla.
I'm here.
I'm sure she's here. She's like, girl, please.
Get it, girl.
Sometime later, about mid 2020, an investor came into the picture. I am not entirely sure how Matt and Kate met him, but they called him Big Boy, and his real name is David Reed Sr. When I first met him, I didn't feel anything weird. It was just kind of, you know, just a regular guy, like, you know, an older dude, you know, he seemed nice, you know, and he didn't seem, you know, weird, or I didn't get any bad vibes immediately from him.
Right.
Dude's fucking weird.
And this was business too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wasn't gonna, you know, I was like, okay, this is a professional relationship, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not necessarily here like to make friends, but if I do make friends, that's just kind of how it goes, you know? That's just
This reminds me of that one episode of Glow where the fucking old girl goes and talks to the investor dude, and then the other guy leaves, and he's like, "Oh, he's not coming back." This reminds me of this shit, what it's leading up to.
Yeah, I love Glow. That show's so good. No, I love that show.
But
okay, let's see.
Am I correct in assuming that's what this is leading up to, is a situation like that?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like you said, it gets a little weirder. So it was business, but I was still having fun. So it wasn't until a little bit later that Matt and Kate, they actually made a point to tell me that this investor was sexually interested in me. Wait. Wait. Matt and Kate, you know, like I said, they made it a point to actually tell me that he wanted, I guess this investor wanted to like take me to a hotel room with him and Matt and Kate to like hang out. And he was also asking actively if I was single. Which was odd because he had a partner. I don't know if it was like his wife or if it was like friends with benefit. I have no idea, but like from the vibes I got, I'm pretty sure it was his wife. So I don't know what that was about.
Right.
So it was just odd considering his age as well. You know, he was much older, which is again, you know, there's nothing wrong with being with an older man, but like, you know, it was just it was interesting because I think he thought I was younger than I was, which I will get to.
That's even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even worse.
I'll get to that part because you're right. It's 10 times worse. Trust me, I'll get there. Because I was if I was single, I was just considering. Okay, so and you know the relationship with the show, of course, it was just weird. It was weird also, like due to the fact that he was asking about these things before we really properly met, and like talked about the show and like talked about wrestling. It was just weird and it made me very uncomfortable. But you know, Matt and Kate were saying, you know, like, oh, well, he could be a great investor. You know, we can really go places, you know, if we keep this guy in the picture. And I'm like, okay, you know, boundary number 2, crushed and smashed, you know. And so yeah, it was uncomfortable to no end. Knowing that I was around him wearing the Bonesaw Beck's outfit, which I know you guys have seen.
I've seen it.
It's skimpy. Yeah. I'm like I'm half naked, you know.
I kind of wish I had a soundboard that did that fucking whistle for that. But
hey, I tried.
Thank you for coming in clutch.
Kayla, for effort. I loved it. Thank you. That was perfect. Chef's kiss. So knowing that, you know, he was around while I was dressed like this, was still, I was like, I don't care if anybody else looks at me like, but him, I cared about, you know. I was like,
He had a way of making things creepy.
Yeah.
He sure did. And I remember one incident that made me especially uncomfortable. While talks were happening about getting a wrestling ring and putting on shows in a venue in downtown Rockford. I can't remember.
You petting my cat too?
Yeah.
I remember. I can't remember the actual venue name. But he was.
It was Underdog Championship Wrestling.
Right. No, that's his that's the company he he had, but the actual venue where he wanted to put the ring and like actually put on a show and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was telling people that like he was just telling us that like he had already sold tickets and that he was basically talking a lot. It was pure lies. He was just telling people what they wanted to hear. And that was, I saw that come. That was a red flag when he was like, I already sold tickets. And I thought, you haven't even advertised this. Like, how are you selling tickets for a show that you're not even sure is going to get booked? So, it was odd. It was just fucking weird. And
so here's something that has me kind of like perplexed, not in your story, but like, so they kind of like hit you with like this like stepping stone to just seeing like how they could like draw your line or like what line you were willing to cross. So like at first they're like, let's do the porn scene, and then next we're like, let's hit her with the fucking perverted investor that like if he fucks her, dude, we could get a lot of money. Let's do that one next. So like they're trying to like they weren't I know for sure if you weren't gonna do the porn wrestling match or whatever, then you definitely weren't gonna fuck the investor. But then they're like, well, she did the porn match. Maybe she might fuck the invest. Like, I don't know. Like, because I know that's like how sick the entertainment industry is. And I know they think that they have potential to be that far into the entertainment industry. That
they don't, though, because
I know that. I know that. But
show
like,
them, they just shit on anybody
Yeah.
that's trying to train them.
So like, oh my god, that's I just think about it. It's so fucked up, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, Alex.
It's okay. It really, I mean, and you know, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, you know, I do have to say there was this was before, you know, like I think Big Boy came into the picture, but they wanted me to do a strip match, and I said no. I said absolutely not. You know, I was like, that I'm not comfortable with that, you know. And they did not get mad. They totally respected my boundary there, you know, and they said, okay, you know.
Okay, will you just rip my clothes off instead? Is that what they said?
No,
you ain't gotta get naked. Just
Right.
take the top off.
Yeah, no, like I do have to say that was, you know, that one situation, you know, they did say, okay, you know, we get it. So I do give them credit there for that, and I appreciate that absolutely. Like, I will always appreciate that. So with this, back on the Big Boy topic, you know, as he was kind of talking about, you know, like the venue and selling tickets and the show and everything, he offered to buy me some wrestling shoes. He wanted to meet me at the mall, and after that, after the information I was given by Matt and Kate, you know, about him basically wanting to fuck me, I refused to go alone. And I asked Matt and Kate if they could come with me, and they did. They had no problem with that. So we met there to you know, look at different stores for wrestling shoes, and you know, Big Boy was there, and as we looked around at some of the stores, you know, we were looking, you know, at all sorts of different shoes that would have been fine, you know, like shoes that would have been like, oh, okay, you know, that could work for what we need to do, or you know, I mean, it's not like we're in WWE, you know. So it's like, I was like, okay, well, you know, looking at different shoes, I'm like, okay, well, these seem to have good support. Like, okay, like why can't we, you know? And he seemed to be kind of bird dogging, I guess is like a really good term to use, where he would like look at the price of stuff and then put it down, and then look at the price of this and then put it down. And no, I don't think those would work. I don't think that would work. All right, whatever. It really was not that big of a deal to me. But you know, Matt and Kate wanted the show to continue the way it was, so I thought, okay, well, if I let this dude, you know, buy me wrestling shoes, then maybe we can, you know, continue with a good working relationship.
Dude, that doesn't even make any sense, because I rolled up there with like my whole get up maybe cost like $100 max, dude. I got a $20 fucking full body fucking blue onesie, a fucking I'm wearing baseball, like orange baseball socks. I'm not even wearing fucking shoes. Orange baseball socks, fucking elbow pads, a fucking cut off orange t-shirt sleeve as my headband, you know, like knee pads, a fucking orange gym shorts, and fucking like and they didn't say shit to me, dude. Like little fucking shitty orange gloves, dude. I wanted to get fucking like rubber fucking dish gloves. I couldn't find any online that were orange. And I used to own some. I used to own the perfect fucking color ones too, and I don't know what happened to them, dude. Like it was like 5 apartments ago.
I got you. Yeah, no, it's, I think like all my get up I already had, you know, because I already, you know, like I have tons of weird fashion. I have tons of weird shit like that. So I'm like,
I get you. I get you.
So I was already
got a whole goddamn annex.
Right. So what happened next year? So yeah, he was kind of bird dogging, you know, and it's like everything I tried, even Matt was kind of like, no, like these seem to be okay, you know, or like, you know, these seem to, you know, these could work, and Big Boy was just not having it. So we went to all these different stores, and we, you know, even just like not necessarily just stores like for shoes and shit. Like we would go to like Hot Topic, and we went to Spencer's.
Yeah.
But one thing I found really fucking weird, was hold on, let me see where I wrote it. at one point, we went to one of the smoothie shops in the food court. And Big Boy was, he was buying smoothies or drinks for everybody. And he asked if I wanted something. And I said no. I was like, I'm fine. I really don't need anything. I just ate. I just really don't, I don't want anything. No means no. I don't really have to fucking explain myself for not wanting a goddamn smoothie. Like, I don't have to explain myself, And as everyone was ordering their drinks or whatever, he kept asking. And he wouldn't stop asking me.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird, dude. I'll ask twice. I'll ask twice. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm buying smoothies. Anyone want one? And then I'll ask the second time just in case everyone didn't hear the first time.
Right. Or someone might have changed their mind. They're like, actually, you know what? That does sound kind of good. There's nothing wrong with that for sure. And you're right. You asked twice, you offered twice, and that's what you got to do.
Maybe a third time when you're just about ready to pay. Dude, last call. Last call.
That's alone. That's normal. That's being a fun, kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
That's normal. But this was just weird. He would not let it go. And
I knew him before all this from strip clubs and things.
Okay.
And he was kind of known, it's been said to me that they thought that he roofied somebody's drink. So I just wanted to put that one out there. That it could have been a possibility.
Wow. Jesus fucking Christ.
Because he has his limo business too, so he used to go to all these freaking places.
Yeah,
it's good thing you dodged the bullet there.
Honestly, so anyway, at one point he was like, he was like straight up badgering me, just like, oh come on, just get something. And Matt finally looked at me. He was like, Alex, he was like, just fucking get something, because you could even tell that even Matt was like, Jesus fucking Christ, so I will give them credit here. Even a couple times Matt and Kate were like, what the fuck, so they were even starting to see that something was up. And I'm glad that they were able to see that. I just don't appreciate how they reacted, which I will get to. So finally
maybe they probably wouldn't have even reacted if they didn't see you reacting. Maybe they would have just let it slide if you would have let it slide, like whatever dumb shit, dude. Maybe
I promise you. Yeah, I promise you that would have been the case. Yeah, or it wouldn't have surprised me.
It's so fucking weird, dude. It's
odd, right? Okay, so I'm not the only one who thinks this is fucking weird. Thank you, because I was like, I remember standing, I remember this so vividly, where I'm just standing there, I'm in awe about over a drink. It was fucking weird. And finally I was like, fine, just get me a chocolate malt, that's fine, I don't care, and we went into so after that we went into some other stores, and I remember going into Spencer's. And I was looking at ear gauges. I have ear gauges here, and I was looking at earrings and shit, and I had asked, one of the employees to open up the cage. I was kind of looking, and Big Boy was right behind me. And a lot of the earrings and a lot of the gauges I was looking at, I was like, oh, those are cool. And then he would take them out of my hand and check the price. And then give it back to me. Listen, I don't need a fucking sugar daddy. I'm a grown ass woman with my own bills, my own money, my own job. I don't know what you're trying to do, and I don't know what angle you're trying to get at, but you can kindly stop.
I don't even do that with my girlfriend, dude. I'll wait for her to set the things back down, and then I'll look at the price. And then, I'll take a note. Maybe I'll get those.
Maybe I'll get those. Normal. But yeah, I was very. That was also big red flag. I was like, that's what the fuck, So I just ended up, I bought my own stuff, and I told him, I was like, I got it, I can buy it. So I just bought my own shit, we left. Later on, things were starting to not only get weirder with Big Boy, but they were starting to get kind of weird with Kate as well. So Big Boy wanted to keep interfering with more and more, the show, even though it was all talk, as we all later found out, it was all talk and no do. Let's see here. As we later found out, he flat out, like I had mentioned before, he flat out lied about selling tickets for a show that wasn't even booked.
Yeah.
For a ring that wasn't even, in the venue at that point. He gloated about how influential he was about booking shows. And to be fair, like he did book some shows, at the small business. What is it, Underdog Wrestling, Kayla? Is that right?
Yeah, it was Underdog Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, Underdog. So,
and I had something to say about that one too.
Yeah, like
but you go ahead and finish what you're doing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was so like he did. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he never did. No, he did book shows, but there was also a lot of lies he told about booking certain shows. And let's see here. Shows, yeah, the book shows. So I was only at one of those shows that was for Underdog Championship, and I didn't even wrestle. It was fine. I was just hype from like outside of the ring, so like I'm just screaming and going around, like yeah, get him or whatever the fuck. And
I don't know if you saw this, but Kate tried saying after I said I was going to join Damage Inc.
Mm-hmm.
She tried saying that she wrestled the main event at Damage Inc. And it wasn't even Damage Inc. It was Underdog Championship Wrestling.
Right.
It's just like I felt like she just put that out there because she knew or found out that I have a interview with them in June.
Oh, okay.
So doesn't even have her facts straight, just running her mouth on there.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Talking about all these old people don't want to give a young uprising female wrestler a chance, la-di-la-di-da, like
Jesus. Yeah, I can't. So I was only hype at the one show that I went to, for Underdog Championship. But I didn't care, because I was having fun. And the best part about all of this was that I was in front of a crowd and I was performing. And as an actress and as a performer, that's my comfort zone, so I was having a blast. And I remember even at one point when Matt and Kate were introduced, and I remember walking with Aiden around the ring, and there was a little girl in the audience who, she was so excited to see like women wrestlers, and she was just excited to, I'm sure, see, women, because it's almost always men. And she held her like her hand out, like for like a high five, and I kind of bent down and I gave her a little high five, and she flipped, like she was so excited, and she went up.
That's the best part.
Yeah, I know. And she went up to her dad. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like she high fived me, and because you could tell, like during the time, like she was like, because I would kind of glance over and she would just be watching me, and you could tell she was just enamored, with what was happening, and that was a really special moment.
That's
for
really
sure.
Cool.
Yeah, for me that was one of the most special moments I've had as a performer. And
I had a similar experience. Like I don't know if it was as meaningful to me as it would have been for you, but like at YouTube Mania last year, when I'm coming out there, dude, like there was it was Josh's kids were all like, Wiener man, yeah, like they were like all about me, dude. And like
my kids loved you too. You just lit up the show.
That's so cool.
They were all.
They were just happy that they could scream Wiener.
I'm slapping hands with the whatever, like 20 people that were there in the crowd or whatever. I'm slapping hands with them all. They're all like, Wiener man, blah blah blah. And even when I lose the match, everyone's booing Jay. They're like, boo. boo, boo. It was fucking awesome. It was so much fun. You know?
Oh, yes. And that's, like I said, I mean, like, I'm being performers, like that's our comfort zone, so we're in our element. So at that point in time, I do have to say, I had kind of thought, damn, like, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it was worth it just to get that one high five from that little girl, who was so excited to be, at a show where, something that she may have possibly wanted to do. And
I would have been that little girl. I wanted to wrestle since I was fucking tiny, hopping off couches and shit at my friend or my mom's friends. I didn't like that
shit. You seem like you're like tough as fuck too, Kayla. Like Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Gotta be in this world.
I had this really show exhilarating experience doing comedy. It's kind of similar. Where like there was this huge, it was this event down in Chicago. It was this huge it was called Comedians You Should Know. It was this big ass lottery to where like everybody who was there to be a comedian got one ticket to throw in the cup. And then it was every drink you bought, you got another ticket. So people were just buying drinks and not drinking them and then just fucking giving them away or whatever.
So alcohol abuse.
Just so they can have more tickets to get a chance to draw, because they were drawing 100 people. And I ended up being one of the people drawn. I was number 68 out of 100. I was like, dude, my name's Weiner, dude. Why couldn't you just make me 69, dude? Like, whatever.
Right? Come on.
But so like, at this point of the night, that's a good. At this point of the night, like, everybody's like just so burnt out of comedy. You hear fucking over 60 comics doing fucking 4 minutes or whatever. Dude, at this point, dude, like everybody's just waiting for their spot to get up and do it. Like, so I go up there and I completely bomb. And then as I'm done, dude, everybody's just chanting, Weiner, Weiner, Weiner. It was so fucking weird. It was so fucking weird.
Oh my God. You talk about mixed signals. You're like, Jesus, what is going on? Like, are people gonna like fucking,
I was not like, maybe they were just too tired to laugh. I don't know. And what really sucked, there was this one gal that was sitting like right next to me and my buddy, and she was cracking up at everything. But then during my set, she was at the bar getting a drink. And I was like, God damn it.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Like, really?
Hey, you, I need a shot too. Get back over here. Shit.
Oh gosh. Okay, I have a little bit left here.
All right.
I just want to make sure that. Okay. Yeah, it's only like 2 pages. The pages are small journal. Okay. So after some deliberation, after things started getting a little weird, Matt and Kate and I at one point we started talking. Again, this was in 2020, so it's like. We were talking about the election, and we were talking about, I guess, who may or may not have become president at the time. And they were pretty dead set on voting for Trump. And so I'm going to try to say this without because they kept making claims, that I entirely quit the show over politics, which is 100% bullshit. It was not 100% politics. It was way more than what they considered politics. So I need to clarify that the behavior.
Are you hearing that? Are you echoing too, or is my computer being dumb?
Hold on.
No, you're good now.
I'm good. I think I'm good now. I did hear it briefly.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So let me clarify, all of the beliefs and the behaviors of Trump, that's not political, in my opinion. that's just being a shitty ass human being. You know, like that's not, you know, that like these are involving human rights. Like this isn't just, you know, like, oh, I don't think we should put money towards this and money towards that. It's like, no, I really hate, you know, LGBTQ people, you know, and that's not political.
All right, I missed like a few seconds. I'm sorry, I had to use the restroom.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. No,
You left and everything echoed, and it was ridiculous.
Right? Again. No, I was saying that at one point we started talking about Matt, Kate, and I started talking about the election. And,
yeah. They were voting for Trump, and I yelled out "you" as I was running to the bathroom, and they said they were voting Trump. I was like, "Ew."
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you had all heard. And I need to clarify. You know, like the things, you know, that obviously that Trump was saying, like these were not political. These things were involving human rights, and
yeah,
you like he was just being an asshole. You know, and that's not political to me. So I know a lot of people consider it that way, but that's not the case in my book. And, you know, to kind of piggyback on, you know, all the claims that they were making that I quit the show over politics is 100% false. You know, this is not political to me. And you know, the story I just told about Big Boy was about 95% of it. So that's what I mostly had an issue with. So we had breakfast one morning to discuss my feelings, and I explained to them, I kind of used a similar, I explained to them that Trump had like similar characteristics to what like Adolf Hitler wanted for Germany. He also wanted a good economy. He wanted his people to be happy. He wanted to make Germany a great country. He wanted them to be an ally, and he wanted them to be strong, and, you know, and those are all valid things, you know, and that's why people were like, fuck yeah, you know, like, let's get this guy in there. We all know how that turned out, everybody. We all know what happened. And
he even wanted to fight the Federal Reserve, dude, which was like, I was all like, Hitler, you get 1 point for me, and then otherwise that's it. Hitler, you get 1 point.
Golly, you know. So I mean, I was kind of, you know, using that argument in terms of like those are the similar characteristics, you know, and that's again not political. This is involving like, you know, this is human history. Like these are human beings. This isn't, you know, should I think this money should go for this or that, you know?
Yeah.
That's just it's fucked up to me. And as I was saying that these things weren't political to me, that these behaviors were actively hurting me. And I was comparing that hatred that was embedded in World War II with the anti-Semitism. You know, I was kind of using that as an example of just the hate that was being bred, you know, through Trump, you know, and I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Like this isn't, you know, this isn't debatable to me. It's like you hear what this guy says, you know, and anyway, World War II, how so like the hate directed towards like LGBTQ plus people, minorities, and women, and in present day circumstances, I was, needless to say, pretty ignored and gaslighted. At one point, I was told that this is, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to word this in a way. So I had explained to them, I had an experience in 2018 where I was assaulted, and not on the show. This was something
right, something private, but still like something.
Yep. And I told them that, and I was like, so the things that, you know, Trump says about you know, doing things to women without their, you know, permission is that's really scary to see somebody like that who wants to be, you know, in a position of power, you know, for the country. And that, you know, was really upsetting to me.
Yeah.
And they couldn't listen. They could only respond. They were saying, well, women throw themselves at figures like that all the time. So what do they expect?
I mean, it is technically true, but still, that's not the argument you use.
Exactly. Like to
That's
a point,
not the argument you use.
Exactly. Like there are women that do, but they want to do it.
Yes, yes, that is their choice. That is exactly.
They're consenting, and I was very thrown off by that, and as I was talking about World War II and all that shit, Big Boy at one point looked up and he looked at me and said, I shit you not. And he says, wait. He was like, you're way too young to know about World War II. And I looked at him and I said, how old do you think I am? And he didn't say anything. And I told him how old was I? I was like 26 at the time. I am pretty convinced he probably thought I was like 18 or 19. Why else would somebody say that, guys? Why else would somebody say that? Why else would somebody say you're too young to know about World War II? Unless he's that fucking stupid.
Like,
because everybody knows about World War II. You don't have to have a college degree to know about World War II.
They teach that shit in grade school history.
Yeah, this is
grade school history.
Shit,
so if you're over fucking 12 years old, dude, you should know about World War II.
Right. Right. Thank you. I would also like to mention, kind of piggybacking off of that weird age thing. There was a match one day I had. This was, before we had breakfast. This was, before I quit, and it was when Nate came down, and I was wrestling Nate, and there was a move that I just wasn't landing very well. I can't remember what the move was called, but I basically had to like lift him, and I'm a big girl, right? Okay, so like I'm 6'1", I weigh 330 pounds. I could yeet somebody.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't want to fight you. I wouldn't want to fight.
Well, I don't want to fight anybody. That's I don't want to fight anybody. But of course Nate. I mean he's a stockier, bigger dude. So. But I couldn't lift him. And at least not without seriously fucking hurting myself. And. I kept trying really hard, to land the move the best I could with the strength I had. And after each like take, of me trying to land this move, the Big Boy kept coming over and he kept trying to explain.
Let me show you how to do this.
And he kept touching my upper thigh.
Ugh.
And I was getting very uncomfortable. And at one point when he started like reaching again, I was like, I think I got it, because I was very uncomfortable. And again, I had gotten so far into the show and so far, and did so much work, and I had put in so much effort, and I felt so close to the family where I just let it go. I didn't care. Like, I was like, fuck, whatever. I was being valued and I was being seen, and apparently I had all these fans and a lot of stuff that wasn't really all that true. He was doing it several times, and finally, like I said, I had to say, I think I got it, and I moved away. He would also repeatedly call me baby and honeydew, which normally I don't really give a shit about. I'm gonna be honest. Like if somebody's like, like, oh, have a good day, honey, or like, oh, don't worry about it, honey, I don't give a shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you use it in like clearly a sexual and derogatory tone, or you're using it to, be condescending towards me, then I'm gonna say, you fucking call me that shit again, and fuck around and find out, and it just made me very uncomfortable, and especially knowing the information that Matt and Kate had given me. So after having breakfast, that conversation, with them about politics, whatever, I quit the show. It was a couple days later, and I was blatantly ignored and gaslighted. after all the work I put in, after all the times I'd filmed, I'm going to be honest, there were some times where I felt a little obligated to do so. Because at one point they were, they were messaging me like it was almost every weekend that they wanted me to film. And I feel like at one point they just sort of expected it. It wasn't really like, hey, would you be able to come out and film? Would you be able to do this time? Would you able,
Right.
I do feel like it did kind of get to a point where it was like, oh, come on, we got to film this weekend. And I was so busy during that time, and it's like, I didn't really have tons of time to, hang out with friends or really do any of like my own hobbies, which again,
Yeah.
to be fair, like
Yeah.
I consented to this and I chose to do it. So I'm not going
Yeah.
to sit here, and say like, oh, my time was taken away. Like, well, no, because I fucking chose to do it. So if it's anyone's fault, it's mine, so that's fine. And I accept that,
Yeah.
and I take responsibility and accountability for that. But just one more qualm, I guess, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Those poor kids. I had witnessed,
I was told twice to leave the kids out of it, but I don't really care.
I had witnessed some emotional abuse on several occasions.
I have as well.
Yeah.
But,
okay. That's not just me then.
Nah.
Especially poor.
Basically, it's just like, shut the fuck up, we're filming. It's like type shit, dude. Like, yeah. Not in those exact words, but that's basically the tone.
Yeah. So yeah, and this was to all three kids, especially poor Aiden. I know for a fact, like we discussed earlier, he did not want to do the show anymore because kids were giving him a hard time at school. And from what I've seen as of lately, Aiden is back on the show, participating in content, being posted on an 18+ Patreon page.
When Aiden is on the show, hold on, let me interrupt 1 second. When Aiden is on the show, dude, he's really like rolling his eyes, fucking like really not really enthused about being there and shit, dude. Like anytime I've been there, he's tired as hell because he does sports at school. He's fucking doing well in school. Like he's like, and then he's getting chastised for fucking not
speaking,
doing his part perfect. He's all like, when he tries to rebuttal, he's like, dude, I'm tired, dude. I'm a fucking athlete. Like I'm paraphrasing. This child does not swear at all. Fucking
no.
Yeah. He's like, he's a very sweet child. He's like, I'm a fucking athlete.
Great kid.
Like I'm tired, dude. Like I'm like this. Like he's basically like just saying like, cut me some slack, and it just not register.
Well,
it doesn't register.
He deserves to be a kid. Like he deserves to be a kid, and he deserves to play video games and to hang out with his friends. And
I think he actually made a friend for like the first time in his life, or not, because he's not consumed with the TWS and whatever shit. Like, he's actually like, which is cool as fuck, dude. Make friends. Like I want everyone to make friends.
Of course.
Anytime my girlfriend sends me a picture or a video of like because she just set her baby in like dance classes and stuff, whatever. So she'll send me like videos or pictures of her like holding hands with a pal, whatever. It's like the cutest thing ever. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Everyone needs to make pals.
Well, especially
everyone needs to make pals.
Right. And especially exactly. And especially at that age, he's getting older, he's in middle school, he's gonna start to, he's really gonna. Are you good?
If people don't think you have friends by the time you're in junior high, they're gonna suspect you to be a shooter.
The wrong side of weird. Yeah. But it's heartbreaking. Like it's genuinely heartbreaking for me because like
I'm not saying any of these kids are going to be shooters. I'm just making a joke. No. I had to clarify that for anybody who's going to make comments like, "What the fuck, bro?"
I understand. No, and that again, that kind of like piggybacking off of that, with Matt and Kate, like, oh, talking shit about our kids. Like, no, I'm not talking shit about, your kids. I'm talking shit about you. Like,
Yeah.
like these kids deserve a lot better, especially poor Aiden, because like I said, I've witnessed a lot of emotional abuse, and kids were giving him a hard time at school. And the thing that bothers me the most is like, knowing the type of audience that Matt and Kate attract. Knowing the audience that they attract, they're continuing to use.
Me and Kayla know firsthand about this from the group chat of the constant posts about shit that gets commented towards Kate and whatever. Like, and it's so fucking bizarre, and everybody just laughs about it, and it's all like, no, dude, like, if that was my wife, like, being exploited like that, I'm like, dude, we gotta call this quits. We gotta get real jobs.
And the things that people were saying about Aiden, and like Aiden and his mom, on, like some of the comments and some of the things they wanted Aiden to do, and like take his shirt off and stuff. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
So fucking weird, dude.
Like,
no.
that's straight up pedophilia. Like, you're a fucking pedophile. Like, I'm sorry. That's just, and they're reacting to these comments.
Incest is only best if you're a teen.
Reading them, they're reading them and they're understanding what's being said.
And they're like,
we are, and yet here you are continuing to do it, continuing to post videos, with poor Aiden on these videos who doesn't want to do it. Clearly, it's obviously like the body language, and I've seen it firsthand. Where he says, gosh, Dad, I really don't want to do this today. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much more clear, I guess, I can get on that, and I've seen that poor child, get gaslighted, and being told his feelings weren't valid. I knew that there was this one incident where I believe it was a showing. I think like it was some short film that we all had made or something like that, and we were at a friend's house, and poor Aiden was just tired. He just wanted to go home, and he was telling Matt and Kate, like, "Guy, like, I'm really tired," and because you could tell he was getting a little irritated, a little spicy,
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, and again, that's valid because like he's 12, so he's tired and he wants to go home, and and they were gaslighting him. Like, there's like, what is your problem? Why are you acting like this? And it's like, it was painfully obvious why he was acting the way he was. It's painfully obvious. He wants to go home, and he needs to go home, and he needs to rest. He needs to rest and have a good, good night's sleep before he does it all over again the next day. So it just, like, my heart just fucking shatters, and even just for, their other two children. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's very hard for me to talk about. And like I said too, I babysat for them once. I babysat, their two other little ones, and they're so sweet. They're such sweet kids. We had so much fun. Me and one of their kids were like, we colored. We watched Toy Story. I got them ice cream. I gave them some food. So like, they were a blast to be around. And, I mean, at that time, I really, really felt like so connected, to that family. And I felt really connected to those kids. And my heart really does break, knowing what they're going through, and knowing what Matt and Kate are doing while, those kids are living in that environment. And I just can't really stand by. I can't really stand by anymore and just watch it. I can't. Like, I feel like even just me being associated with it, like, now it's my business. And I feel shitty about it. I'm going to be honest. I feel very ashamed, and I feel very guilty for letting a lot of that pass, and just letting a lot of that go. very upsetting, and it's very very hard for me to talk about. So I'm sorry that I'm crying.
No, I like when Britt said I was brave for allowing you to the platform to talk about this, I'm like, dude, I'm not the brave one. They are. Like, they're the ones for being like wanting to even do this. We're fucking live. We're live. This is on the internet for fucking ever until the internet exists, or if the video gets deleted somehow. Like, I don't know.
I didn't want nothing to do with no podcast or anything to do with the wrestling show anymore, other than, you know, wishing my friends good luck with their wrestling career, of course. But I don't know, it was all that shit talking that really made me was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm on the Wiener Man show.
You know, and it's that's the thing. They're all lies. You know, it's, you know,
it really made me sick.
Yeah, you know, and they're saying, you know, they're saying things that, you know, they're the ones who are twisting it. Like, they're the ones who truly are twisting it, and they're not even telling their side of the story. Like, they're straight up making things up at this point. You know, it's like, none of that happened. You know, it's like, let me tell you what happened, you know, but what do I know?
Let's see what else they had to say. Look at me. I'm just you can see. Actually, you can't see them. I'm clicking the fuck out of this play button.
I can see it, but you can get nowhere.
Yeah.
Show, and then to screenshot pictures of me and my kid is so fucking wrong. And for anybody, sorry, like how
your kid?
No, not to tell.
I think that was like the thumbnail.
It was the fucking thumbnail. That's fucked up, bitch. You're the one who posted it.
Like a good heart, don't want the best for the show and everybody in it. You would tell somebody something like that. So that's why he's not around, and I don't want people to think like I have to walk on eggshells, like, you know, I can't talk to certain.
No, you've been waiting for a long time to get him off your show. This was just it.
Things just took a really odd
piece of shit.
Did she always sound like this?
Nasally?
Nasally?
Yeah. No, she didn't. This is new. Okay. She didn't sound like that in the beginning. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Okay.
She said that she was going to screenshot whatever I said for legal purposes, and I said, good. So whatever.
Yeah, because you threatened me.
Like, for part of my life that's like super personal. So
she sent me a message. Like, she sent me a message saying, like, you're telling people to block my show, and then she continued to tell me, don't fuck with me, bitch. And I screenshotted it, and that is a threat to me. So
yeah,
that's a threat.
He said that she said it was nothing against him, which fine, I'm sure it wasn't against him, but it was against the people that are trying, like, I want to be cool with everybody. I'm kind of shy.
So you got no friends.
Not much in like live chat.
You do not want to be cool with everybody. You want to be cool with people who you can manipulate. That's who you want to be cool with.
Messages to even, you know, think about having conversations with people, honestly. But I really like everybody. My intention is for everybody to come on the show and have fun. My intention is to make a lot of fucking money. Like, everybody make a lot of fucking money. And like, I want to figure out more ways to do that. And I want people behind what I feel is wrestling.
Dude, look at, she's like, you know, like tweaking, like twitching, like they just got done doing lines or something.
You know, track, yeah, it's like going down, and I want to be the one to figure out, like, to make something that comes in its place. Like, I'm not just doing this because I don't know what Alex
brand new tattoo
about what I do. It's very frustrating. Everything I do, I feel like I do because I want this wrestling. You know, I have fucking big dreams over here. Like, I'm not just fucking playing around.
You have big dreams, but you're willing to step on people to get to them. And that's the part, including your own family.
I really felt like I probably dealt with a lot of the bullshit that came with Kayla and Nate and all that.
That's part of the entertainment industry. You got to step on everyone's toes to get it to the top. But this is not real.
How the fuck are you going to become a wrestler and not know a fucking thing about it and then shit on everybody before you? Like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, I don't know. I don't get that at all. Makes me sick.
Yeah, he's another person that took the wrestling way too literally. Way too serious.
That's you. That's you guys.
always had way more things to try to change about the storyline. Just never satisfied with life. You know, and even in our last messages, he was worried I was going to mistreat him.
Because you mistreat everybody.
Are they talking about Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Bad.
so.
She's like, I never want to work with that moron, la-di-la-di-da. Like,
I don't
she
even
fucking
think-
went hard on him.
I don't even think any of this is true. I think they kicked out Nate to fucking reveal moles in the wrestling show, like myself. Like,
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
People that we can't work with anymore is honestly kind of weird, but like I don't want this to continue to be like a fucking thing, you know. I want to just, you know, do what I said. And
They look nervous.
I don't want to have problems with anybody. I don't really have problems with anybody. I didn't even know I had that
They
big.
look really nervous to me.
Doorstep. I was telling Matthew last night, it's like, I don't want to have problems with people. I really don't. But if you're going to bring it to my doorstep, I'm going to shoot when you get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to keep, but I have to, I guess.
Well,
It is
funny.
part of the game, I guess, when people get jealous or whatever. But
Back at this jealous shit.
Dude, they should have filmed this in like the cool looking part of their house, but they had to flex the new kitchen.
Have fun, fucking wrestle. Let's do the fucking best we can.
I do give a props on the new kitchen.
It looks nice. No, it really does. It looks great.
You know what? Fuck their kitchen. Fuck your mom too.
Like, yeah, fuck off.
Fuck you. And your mama's a hoe. Bitch. Hate your kitchen. It's gonna turn yellow soon.
It might.
Sorry, guys. Been on here a little long. It's coming out now.
She looks nervous, right?
They both do. Like I'm saying, they look like they're like tweaking.
Or like they know something that, you know, like maybe something like something call was made or something. You know what I mean?
Why did they post this video and then delete it?
Oh, there it is.
Because I found it. I don't know. They knew somebody was gonna send it.
Yeah, they probably were like, "We're pissed, so we're gonna make this video," and then they're like, "Oh shit, we should probably take it down."
Somebody come in and say they've done that. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't fucking wrestle in the store locker because you didn't have a fucking ring. You didn't wrestle on this boxing.
Oh, I didn't wrestle on a boxing ring. I didn't wrestle outside. I didn't get fucked up because you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, fuck you.
Too many Chiefs, not enough.
I landed all those bumps too, you dumb bitch.
Like,
sorry.
It is our fucking ring, man.
Hold on. So about the ring.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to hit this pause button.
I don't need to make shit up.
Hit the space bar. Try hitting the space bar and see if that works.
Boom! That fucking did it. Oh man, hearts out to Alex. So about the ring, did you really help pay for the ring?
I never got paid. I never said I paid for the ring. I said that I told them before they were getting the ring that they didn't have to worry about paying me if you went and you put this towards the show and you got us going and you got the ring. And then all of a sudden they get the ring and I'm not naked enough, so I'm kicked the fuck out. They found a way to fucking make me quit.
Yeah,
they knew I was going to quit doing what they did.
I never watch any of the episodes except for the ones I'm in because I'm a narcissist like that. But like, so I never seen anything that you're in except for when you're a ref. So I heard that you like to wear like gowns and shit when you're wrestling and do like fucking weird ass shit like that. I think that's fucking totally badass.
Not gowns. I would wear a dress and some shorts or something. I figured it was different. You know, I want to be different. Got my little hat thing going and
You want to wear something when you're comfortable, dude. You can't wrestle in a fucking corset or like whatever, or some fucking.
Not me. I'm
trying
not
to look
that
like Halle
tiny.
Berry's Catwoman.
I could barely wrestle in my leather jacket, okay? Like, I could barely do that, let alone something like a corset, you know?
Oh, yeah. Fuck that, dude. Yeah, seriously.
Nope.
Shit, man.
But yeah, I was a boots and dress type of lady.
Oh, hell yeah. That's
Hell yeah.
fucking rad.
Love
That's
that.
totally rad.
Love that. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I do have to say, like, I you know, I did not have the confidence that I do now, you know, many years ago. And the fact that, you know, I am, you know, a plus size lady. You don't really see a lot of plus size ladies get, you know, half naked on shows. You really don't see a whole lot of that.
Oh yeah, but there's the demographic that'd love to see it, dude. Like,
exactly, which is why I did it. I was like, there's a demographic, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest, I liked doing it. You know, I thought it looked sexy. I thought it was fun. You know, I love doing it.
That's some cool aspects about it, dude. Like fucking like representing yourself, like how you are, dude. Because like there's nothing you can do to make yourself not plus size. You were just built bigger. Like
it's true. Yeah. It's true. I mean, I've managed, you know, that's the thing. I'm 6'1", very large framed, and it's like,
yeah,
you know, I just, that's how I'm built, and that's just what I want to stick to. I've grown to love my curves, and I've grown to love
absolutely.
and that was also kind of another reason why I really enjoyed being on the wrestling show, because in a sense, I enjoyed showing off my body. I enjoyed, you know, showing people like, this is what a real plus size woman's body looks like. I'm not a Lane Bryant model, you know, like I'm a real fucking person.
Yeah.
You know? So that was also another reason why I love doing it. I wanted to see some representation. I wanted some bigger girls to see what I was doing, and really just women in general, just to see what I was doing, and go, oh my God, like, look what she's doing. Like, you don't really see that a whole lot. So it's,
I would have loved,
great.
like, because you left the wrestling show before I joined. I would have loved to have wrestled you and just fucking, you could just throw me across the ring or whatever, some dumb shit like that, and it would have been fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Would have took away the shine from Matt and Kate, though. Then you kicked out.
Yeah, that's what.
Fuck.
I don't know how they're gonna do the show anymore, because literally it's JB, Josh, and Jay, and they play multiple characters, dude. They're gonna get tired of it. They're gonna get tired of it.
They're gonna fuck them over too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're not gonna listen to when Jay and Josh is trying to train them, and they're gonna get frustrated, and they're gonna leave too.
Like I really like Jay. I thought I really liked Jay, Josh, and JB, dude. Like, I really thought I did, but then like the screenshots and shit that I sent you guys, where they were just really quick to attack some shit, dude. Like,
I do have to say, those screenshots that you did put in that group chat were, they did give me a really good belly laugh, and so I really appreciate you for that. You know what's so fucking funny about those is that a lot of that conversation, like a lot of those conversations, were just like, yeah, Alex is stupid. You got anything else? Is that it? Like, nothing else?
it was, yeah, I was like,
it was so funny. I was like, wow, riveting. Tell me more.
Yeah, because you were like, any new updates on any of the, I was all like, well, actually, since I'm still in the wrestling show group chat, they were been talking all sorts of shit. Let me tell you.
I appreciate it, honestly. Like I said, I needed a good fucking belly laugh, and I already knew that I was gonna laugh at it. Like, there's no way I can get offended by these people. There's no fucking way. Like, after everything that happened to me, and after all of the support and the validity that I have received, you can't hurt me. Like, you really can't, you know?
Right.
It's just how it is.
we might as well just finish the rest of this, so if I can get it playing. There we go. Oh.
But, Okay, I feel like that's all I
But
have to say about it.
I hope you feel better about the situation. We're definitely gonna go on Facebook.
I'm gonna feel better after I do a couple bumps after this video.
All the drama. I'm not gonna talk about all the personal stuff on Facebook, but for the people that seen that post on Facebook, you know, like I didn't get too upset, you know, about it when I heard she was talking shit about us in the wrestling. It was fine. But then I heard she said brought up Aiden and screenshotted Aiden, and that's just really, really crossing.
That was your thumbnail, so fuck off.
That why would I not like I went and thought, oh my god.
Dude, I could literally, like, after this, I could literally pull up their fucking videos and see that is the thumbnail.
They're still all over. They're still up.
No, I'm gonna do that like right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're up of Aiden and other kids, and who we have now? Baby, she looks 15, like,
Yeah.
if that.
Oh, I did see that they finally took all my videos down.
That's cool.
They couldn't take all my videos down because then they wouldn't have a fucking show.
I'm like, oh my god, you are in way more than I am. So,
like,
Christ,
go for it.
Oh my god, did it say they're live now?
All our great matches that me and Kate did have, because we had some awesome matches. They ain't gonna take that shit down.
I know that one you fucking had was one of their thumbnails.
Well, there's one right there with Aiden. There's a whole look at all.
There's Aiden right there, but he's not being like. There was literally one
There's
with a
this
thumbnail.
one right here, someone on top of him.
But like you could, but she's not scantily clad. That's no evidence against them. I'm not trying to fucking tear down their fucking legacy or whatever they're trying to do. I'm not trying to do anything like that, dude. But like, if they want to fucking keep pursuing what they're doing, they definitely need to make some changes.
You can't have a fucking one-man show. That's all I got to say about it. Like, you eventually got to let somebody else up there. My God, they have new people like Courtney and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're not letting her shine. She's not doing no moves. They're not training her. They're not.
No, she's not doing a goddamn thing, dude. Like
and she looks so strong. She could fucking rip Kate apart. I can see it.
Oh, I bet she could.
She looks so strong, and they're making her out like she's
if you watch any fucking Kate workout videos, dude, she's fucking like lifting like 15-pound weights or whatever. You know, like. That's not workout. That's not wrestling working out. Like if you're doing like 1,000 reps of 15-pound weights, dude, like doing some toning or some shit, like I can get that, but none of that's happening. It's goddamn ridiculous.
Did you see all those videos of me though?
Yeah.
Take that shit down, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're right. They were. You're absolutely right. All the work you put in. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Oh yeah.
To be shit on, man. They shit on me so fucking hard, and they know what they did. You motherfuckers know what the fuck you did.
And like, you're a gal that has fucking such thick skin, dude. Like you were taking so much before you fucking quit, dude. Like. Just like in the group chat and shit alone, I was out like, I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, shit was rough. And like, I'm personally glad that I don't have to ever experience the type of shit the gals have to go through. But if it hurts my soul that gals have to go through this shit. You know, like it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It's heartbreaking, and to say the least, it's just that's like just the first word that comes to my brain. It's just this heartbreaking. Like it just seriously, I feel like my heart was just shattered through all of this. It's all I wanted to do was just have some fun, and I was used and abused, and I just sat there and took it and thought it was, for the better of a show, thought I was getting somewhere, thought I was doing something cool for somebody else. And
yeah.
I was only kind of destroying myself in that process. And I know that now. And that's something I have to deal with. And, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and play, I'm not going to sit here and like totally play, like victim. The fact that I right. Like the fact that I still associated with all of that horseshit, even seeing the events and witnessing the events that I did, and not saying anything,
It's natural to just kind of just like brush it aside as you see like fucked up shit happening, because like you don't know firsthand like what the full experience or what the full circumstance, what the full experience is. Like I always brush fucked up shit I see aside because I don't want to be the motherfucking Karen to be all like, what you're doing, like bitch, you don't know, dude, like
I understand completely, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, I guess like, just like I said, for me at this point, it's the original, intention of the Facebook post that I did make, was, I wanted my videos taken down. But it was also a combination of, like I said, witnessing what these kids were going through and witnessing what Aiden was going through. And that at that point, that was what bothered me the most. At that point, I was like, this isn't really about my videos anymore. Like, this is just about these poor kids, I mean, like genuinely, like that's, I'm not saying this, to, wow, the children or anything, but like, but I got really close to that family. I got really
exactly, exactly.
Seeing that abuse and seeing all the shit that those kids are getting dragged through is fucking heartbreaking. Especially when I cared about that family so much, and I cared about all of them so much, and I couldn't stand by. I couldn't stand by and do it anymore. It wasn't about my videos anymore after I made that post. After I had went to their page and I saw that they were still doing stuff with Aiden, even when he didn't want to do it. And just,
they were supposedly stopping that. Like, he was fired. He was gone. They were turning it into an adult
YouTube
show.
Mania. YouTube Mania.
Yep.
He
got fired there.
Yeah. And like, he was just going to be ref.
Yep. And then I had to fuck the kid up in the ring real quick. Just kidding. I beat him and Mike up. Yeah, I came up with that on my own. Don't put me in the fucking goddamn fucking show. Fuck you.
I did want to plan a match with Aiden, but it was we were gonna choreograph and it was gonna be cool, like because I do appreciate the fact that like having a show. Like doing a little wrestling thing, like having it start off as like a family thing, like we're like, oh, it's just me and my family wrestling in the living room, and having it build up to something cool, like what it has built up to,
right?
Like, or what it seemingly built up to.
It could have been
cool. It's really cool.
Sure, of course. And I wouldn't have had a problem with it if his mom wasn't half naked. You know what I mean? Like, if it was just like playful, if it was like playful wrestling, like, yeah, it's me wrestling my kid and, tossing each other around, what the fuck ever. Do what the fuck you want to do. But don't do it while your ass cheeks are hanging out. Don't do that. That's not right. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to get loud for a second.
No, you're good. That was kind of like a thing. That was my Undertaker for you, bitch. I can't make my eyes go back, though.
Why the fuck not?
Simone's like, come on, try it.
Man, I'll try it.
Hold on. Maybe I can do it.
There you go.
Oh, she's got it. All right, now go.
What was really weird were the kids.
See, we knew you had it. You should have been the dead man.
The kids that used to flip their eyelids inside out. Oh, man.
Oh, no, fuck that. My eyelid gets stuck like that. I'd be freaking the fuck out. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I'm like, fuck something up. Go to the ER.
Go in there. They told me to flip it, man.
They told
It
you.
looks cool. I'm just going did it, but I can't get it. I can't get it back.
Oh yeah,
They come in with a shot. No, I can do it. I can do it.
I'll just be on my way.
Fuck, man.
I gotta cook these kids some food eventually soon.
All right, yeah,
I
I got to
know,
get
it's
ready to
getting
do
late.
another podcast here shortly too.
Oh,
I'm
shit,
doing
it's
another
long.
one like immediately after this.
No, well, good luck with that.
Well, 2 hours. I think that I say that's pretty.
I think that's pretty fucking decent.
It's pretty solid. I hopefully you all got to air out everything you wanted to get out.
I certainly did.
I think so. I got it.
Okay. That's all I wanted to provide.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you
man.
This
for
was
having
a
us.
great experience, and yes,
Absolutely.
thank you, Kayla, for sharing everything that you did, and
Oh,
everyone's feelings here are valid, and everyone's from seeing things from our all of our points of view, and it's
would I have really have done? Would have really have loved before I fucking shot off my mouth saying I was like, yeah, before I realized Wiener Man was getting written off the show, which might have not even been true, dude. It's just the person who told me it was on some fucking weird shit. On some weird shit. So like, what I would have really loved to have done is even have Matt on here and I would have done like the fucking like the shit that they do at the debates. I'm like, all right, you get 2 minutes. Fucking boom, if I can say what you gotta say, if I can then actually time that shit. I'm like, all right, time. Fucking boom. Next person, 2 minutes.
shit, man.
It could have been a hell of a debate, but they wouldn't have done it.
Oh, dude, because like I didn't even have the option to even suggest it because I got blocked instantly. So like, once word got out about this interview and shit, dude, like they're like, oh no, fuck them, blocked.
Well, at this point, they're kind of doing it to themselves, Maybe if it's just I don't know. If things didn't go the way they did, you probably wouldn't have made as many enemies, That tells you right there of how many enemies you're making. Yeah, it's a big indicator. But
they didn't even make an enemy out of me, dude. I just always felt weird hanging out with them. Like there was this one time I made a really terrible fucking joke. Like it was like it was like a dad joke. It was not. And I made the joke, and fucking Matt and Kate were standing right there, and they looked at each other, and then they just started cracking the fuck up. Like I don't know if like they were trying to like make me feel better about making a terrible joke because I'm a comedian or whatever. And I'm like, I know when I make a bad joke and when I make a good joke,
like I'm not stupid. Like I can read a fucking room. Yeah. That's and that's also another thing is like I don't have any like it's kind of one thing I want to clear too. It's like I don't have any like real resentment for the wrestling show or for Matt and Kate or anything. The only thing I'm upset about are those kids at this point. At this point in the game, when I kept seeing all this content with poor Aiden, who had repeatedly said he didn't want to do these things, at that point, fuck my videos. I can't stand by here and just it bothered me so much.
Yeah, like if your wrestling match with someone else is on the same episode as a video with like someone's mom being halfway naked, fucking beating the crap out of their son, you're like, yeah, I want my video down, or at least edit that clip out of the video, like which YouTube has the option to do, where you can edit clips out of shit.
Right. You can do that with any editing software, like for sake, But
I'm saying YouTube itself has the option to do that. Like I could go and edit any of my videos that I've made right now.
Yeah. No, it's just bizarre. It's just bizarre, and it's wrong to me. And yeah, like it's just for the record, you know, I mean, it was a hard mix between I want my videos down and I'm standing up for these kids, but at this point, it's you know, I'm focusing on you know those kids. They need to they just deserve a little better, I think. So that's where I am.
Yeah, I'm at fuck you.
I don't blame you. That's valid. I support you. That's fine. You know.
I'm at like whatever, dude. Like the friends that I'd rather hang out with are not supporting the shit. So like I'll rather stand by them than the fucking friends I made throughout.
Right. And look, I mean, and like I mentioned before,
that's where I stand. That's where I stand.
Right. Look at how much support that all of us have received. You know what I mean? Like look at all of the people who reached out and were like, "Holy shit, are you okay?" You know, I want
Oh
you
yeah.
to
So many.
So exactly. So it's like, again, what does that tell you? That doesn't tell you all these people are jealous. Like that, you know, that tells
I had
you that
so many people messaging me. They think I went around and talked shit. I had so many people messaging me about it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
I'm sorry.
It's like, I didn't do none. I didn't say none. I didn't fucking bring up no receipt about no ring, but I'll beat you up in that ring. I'll do that.
Yeah, fuck around and find out type of, yeah.
Fuck around and find
Throw
out.
the
She pissed me off.
dude. Actual fucking hands. Throw the
She
script
couldn't take it. She would not be able to take a real hit. I don't think so.
They talked all
that
this
could be
shit.
for another recording, guys. Another
They
day.
talked all this shit in the group chat about trying to do some actual fucking like unscripted like MMA type shit, dude. But like
I tried to show her how to fight, and that bitch fucking fights with her little freaking finger in her fucking hand. Like, you can break your thumb, bitch, and then you're way out here. Like,
no fist.
I'm sorry. If you're swinging at me way out here, I'm gonna break your arm. I'm gonna break your fucking arm.
I did this day one of like the karate class I took when I was like in like 3rd grade or whatever. And sensei's all like, dude, like get the fuck out of here.
Like, you're a fucking joke. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is that shit? That's Kate Jones. Sorry.
No. You're fine.
I tried to teach her how to punch. She's over here hopping around like a fucking bunny rabbit and shit, like swinging like way the what the fuck is that, man? Haven't you ever heard of fucking tuck your arms in and block that face and put your little fucking chin down so on rocket?
Kayla, how come you don't look a single thing like your profile picture?
Because that is my cousin who passed away.
Oh,
that's not me. So I haven't really brought it in my heart yet to take her off of me.
Dude,
my profile
keep
picture.
that shit rocking. Then keep that shit.
She's
rocking.
so beautiful, and I want to keep her out there.
I've been wondering that forever. I was not like,
I can't bring myself to take her down.
Okay, yeah, keep rocking that shit. Then.
Love you, Faith.
Keep her up.
Love you, Faith. I don't know you, Faith, but love you, dude. Absolutely.
Fucking beautiful. He's so fucking beautiful. He really sucks.
Sorry.
22 years old. That's way too young to fucking die.
Yeah. So like when I actually met you in real life, I didn't even know I actually met you. So like I was all like, yeah, I keep seeing this person. Like,
sometimes I get caught off guard. Like if like I see you, like you comment or you like something, and be like,
yeah.
I look, I'm like, wait, and I'm like, oh, right, Kayla, you know, like,
yep. You just better know the name, I guess.
Yeah. I'm like, right, yes, of course. So, yeah, I better get going here. I'm gonna probably eat some more pizza.
Oh, dude, yes. I want to eat. I mean, actually, I'm not even hungry, but I want to eat Little Caesar's pizza.
I was a bad mom. I didn't cook yet, so I better go cook.